Hello guys, welcome to another video of CSAT with Jasin. So in this video we'll be talking about number system, and number system I am doing as two videos, so this is the first part. So in this video we'll be talking about classification of numbers, BODMAS rule, the concept of prime numbers, fractions, and also we'll be talking about the concept of recurring numbers. Okay, so if you like this video, please do subscribe and share, and also if you want to join our Telegram channel for daily questions and also for support, you can join it. I'll be posting the link for our Telegram channel in the description as well. So we'll move on with the video. So first let's look into the classification of numbers. So the numbers are classified into real numbers as well as imaginary numbers. So imaginary numbers are those numbers which you cannot represent on a number line. These are the numbers which you cannot use in your daily life for real things. Okay, there are numbers such as root of -1. So this is usually represented as I. So this is example of an imaginary number. So you need to focus more on the real numbers. Okay, because UPSC haven't asked anything about the imaginary numbers so far, so you have to concentrate more on the real numbers. Okay, so real numbers are classified into rational numbers as well as irrational numbers. So rational numbers are those numbers which you can write in the form of P by Q, or you can write in the form of a fraction. Irrational numbers are those numbers which you cannot write in the form of a fraction. Okay, so for irrational numbers, there are some examples like root 2, root 3, pi. So these are the examples for irrational numbers. And rational numbers is again classified into integers and fractions. So integers include negative numbers, 0, and positive numbers. Okay, so negative numbers like -3, -2, -1, etc. are considered to be integers. 0 is also an integer, and likewise the positive numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. are also integers. Okay, then fractions includes the numbers which are in the form of P by Q. So fractions can again be divided into proper fractions, improper fraction, and mixed fraction. Okay, so proper fractions are those fractions in which numerator is less than denominator. For example, if you take 3 by 8, here numerator is 3 and denominator is 8. So here numerator is less than denominator. So this is a proper fraction. So another example like 5 by 7, here 5 is less than 7. So numerator is less than denominator. This is also an example for a proper fraction. An improper fraction is a fraction in which denominator is greater than numerator. For example, if you take like 6 by 5, here numerator 6 is greater than denominator 5. So this is an improper fraction. Okay, so also there is the concept of mixed fraction. So improper fractions you can write in the form of mixed fraction. For example, if you take this example 6 by 5, we can divide the 6 by 5. That means here you will get 1 as quotient, then you will get 1 as remainder, right? So this 6 by 5 you can write as 1 by 5. Okay, so here you need to write the remainder here, you need to write the quotient here. So this can also be represented as 5 into 1 plus 1 divided by 5. So that is 6 by 5. So this is the mixed fraction concept. Okay, now when we come into integers, if you consider 0 and positive numbers together, they are known as whole numbers. Okay, so whole number include 0 and positive number. If we are only considering positive number, then it is known as the natural numbers. So if you look into many UPSC questions, you can see like P and Q are natural numbers, or P and Q are integers, or P and Q are whole numbers. So in all those cases, you need to be very careful that when it is whole numbers, it will include 0. Okay, when it is integers, it can be 0 positive numbers as well as it can be negative numbers. Okay, now if it's natural numbers, then it cannot be 0. It can only be positive numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So this is the classification of. So let's look into the concept of BODMAS rule now. Okay, so BODMAS rule is a rule in mathematics which helps you to get the order of your operations. For example, this BODMAS rule is actually bracket, then O stands for order or of, then D stands for division, then you have M for multiplication, then A for addition, then S for subtraction. So if you get a operation in mathematics, you need to do this in this order. So I will explain the BODMAS rule with the help of an example. For example, you have a question like 14 plus 26 minus 27 divided by 3 into 2, etc. Okay, so here there are no brackets, there are no order. So first it will come division. So you need to do the division first. So you need to do this first. So we'll get 14 plus 26 minus 27 divided by 3 is 9 into 2. Now you need to do multiplication. That means this one you need to do. That is 14 plus 26 minus 18. Now you need to do the addition part. That is this you need to do. That is 14 plus 26 is 40. Now 40 minus 18. Now you need to do the subtraction. So you will get the answer as 22. So this is the concept of BODMAS rule. I will do one more example for you. Okay, so that you will understand this concept better. So let's take another example. 3 plus 5 minus 7 into 2 divided by 2 minus 1. Okay, so here you need to do the bracket first, since there is a bracket here. Okay, so whatever things that are inside the bracket, you need to do it first. So 3 plus 5 minus 7 into 2 is 14 divided by 2 minus 1. Now we need to do the division part. So you need to do this one. That is 3 plus 5, 14 divided by 2 is 7 minus 7 minus 1. Now you need to do the addition part because there is no multiplication here, right? So 3 plus 5 is 8. So 8 minus 7 minus 1. Now you need to do the subtraction. 8 minus 7 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So this is how you need to do the operation according to BODMAS rule. Now let's look into the concept of prime numbers and composite numbers. So a prime number is a number which has only one and that number as factors, and all the other numbers are composite numbers except one. Okay, so composite numbers are those numbers which have more factors than one and that number itself. So I will give you some examples here. So let's take the example of 7. So 7 has only 1 and 7 as factors. Okay, so this is a prime number. Now if you take the case of 20, there are many factors, right? So you have 1 as factor, you have 2 as factor, you have 4 as factor, you have 5 as factor, you have 10 as factor, you have 20 as factors, right? So these are different factors of number 20. So this is a composite number. So the thing is, you need to know about the prime numbers from 1 to 100. Okay, at least you need to know the prime numbers between 2 and 30. Okay, so because you can use it in different questions. So I will write the prime numbers here. So 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number, 7 is a prime number, then 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47, 53, 59, 61, 67, 71, 73, 79, 83, 89 and 97. These are the different prime numbers from 1 to 100. So you need to at least by heart these prime numbers because you can use it in questions. So now let's move into the concept of fractions. So I already told you about the proper fraction, improper fraction and mixed fraction. So now let's move on to the operations on fractions. Okay, so let's say you need to add two fractions. So for example, if you need to add 1 by 4 plus 2 by 3, what you need to do is you need to do cross multiplication. You need to multiply 1 and 3, that is 1 into 3. Then you need to add the cross multiplication of this, that is 2 into 4. 2 into 4 divided by, then you need to cross multiply this denominators, that is 4 into 3. So you will get 1 into 3 is 3, 2 into 4 is 8 and 4 into 3 is 12. So you will get 11 divided by 12. So this is how you need to do the additions on fractions. Now for subtraction, you have to do similarly. Like if you have two numbers 6 by 8 minus 3 by 4, you need to first cross multiply 6 and 4, that is 6 into 4. Then you need to minus and you need to do this one, that is 3 into 8, that is 3 into 8 divided by that 8 into 4. Okay, so here 24 minus 24 divided by 32, which will become 0. So here what I have done is I have done the cross multiplication. Now if you need to multiply two fractions, that is 1 by 4 into 1 by 2, what will happen is you need to multiply the numerator and then multiply the denominator. That is here it is 1 into 1 divided by 4 into 2, which is equal to 1 by 8. Now let's say you need to divide two fractions, that is 1 by 4 divided by 1 by 2. What you need to do is you can make it as 1 by 4 multiplied by, you need to take the reciprocal of this fraction, that is you will get 2 by 1. Okay, if you change this division to multiplication, you can actually take the reciprocal of this fraction here. Okay, so you will get 2 divided by 4, which is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, so this is how you need to do the operations on fractions. Okay, now let's move on to the concept of mixed fraction. I already told you the concept of mixed fraction, right, when we begin the this video, right? So let's say you want to write like 36, you have fraction like 36 by 8. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to divide 36 by 8. So you will get 8 into 4 are 32, you will get remainder as 4. So you can write it as, okay, you can write it as 4 by 8. So this is the quotient, this is the remainder, and this is the divisor. Okay, so that means this is 8 into 4 plus 4 divided by 8, which you will get 36 by 8. This is how you need to convert a improper fraction to mixed fraction and vice versa. Okay, now let's take another example and check how we can convert an improper fraction into mixed fraction and vice versa. Okay, now let's take the example of 97 divided by 8. So 97 divided by 8, you will get 1 8s are 8. Then in 17 you will get 2, 16, and you will get remainder as 1. So what you need to do, you need to write the quotient here, then remainder here, and then divisor here. So that is 12 1 by 8. So 97 by 8 is similar to 12 1 by 8. If you want to convert a mixed fraction into an improper fraction, what you need to do, you need to multiply 8 with 12, that is 8 into 12. Then you need to plus 1 divided by this one 8. So that you will get as 97 divided by 8. So I hope that concept of mixed fraction is clear for you. So now I will tell you a trick to find out the largest of 3 or 4 fractions given. So this is a probable UPSC question. UPSC can ask which among the following fractions is greatest or smallest. So there is a easy trick to find out that. So let's say we have 3 fractions, 2 by 3, 3 by 5, then we have 4 by 7. We need to find out which of these fraction is highest. So there is a simple method for it. What you need to do is just put a 0 here. So that means 20 by 3, 30 by 5, 40 by 7. So 20 by 3, you know it is around like 6.6 something will come, right? So 30 by 5 is 6. 40 by 7 is around 5 point something. Okay. So here in this one, this is the greatest. So in this fraction, this will be the greatest fraction. So now let's look into the concept of recurring decimals. So recurring decimals are those decimals which doesn't have an end. For example, if you have a decimal like 1.7777 and it is continuing, it is repeating, there is no end to it, then this is known as a recurring decimal. So we need to convert this recurring decimal into fractional form. So we'll see how we can convert this recurring decimals into fractional forms. Okay, now let's take an example. Let's say 1.6666, this is repeating. So you can write it as 1.6 bar. This bar means which numbers are repeating, right? So this 1.6666 this one you can write it as 1.6 bar. Here 6 is repeating. So here what you need to write, you have to write it as 1 plus 6 by 9. Okay, since only one number is repeating here, you need to write 9. If there are two numbers repeating, you need to write 99. Okay, so 1 plus 6 by 9 is, this is 1 by 1. Okay, so you need to do the cross multiplication, that is 9 into 1 is 9 plus 6 divided by 9. So you will get 15 by 9. So this 1.6666 you can write it as 15 by 9. Right. Now 1.434343 etc. It's going like that. So this is 1.43 bar. 4 and 3 are repeating. Right. So here you need to write it as 1 plus 43 by 99. So you will get 99 plus 43 by 99, which is equal to 142 by 99. Okay, so this is how you need to convert a recurring decimal into fractional form. So we'll look into more examples, right? So let's say you have 1.123. So here 3 are repeating. So this is 1.123 bar. So here you need to write it as 1 plus 123 divided by 999. Okay, so that is 999 plus 123 divided by 999, which is equal to 1122 divided by 999. So you got it, right? Now there can be another kind of question here, like there can be like this 1.23444. Here only 4 is repeating. That means this is 1.234 bar. Only 4 is repeating. So here what you need to do, first you need to split this into like this. That is 1.23 plus 0.004 bar. Right. So only whatever is repeating you need to split it like this. So now 1.23 is 123 divided by 100. Right. Now 0.004 is like 0.4 bar divided by 100. Right. So this is 123 divided by 100 plus 1 by 100 into 0.4. We can write it as 0.4 bar. We can write it as 4 by 9. Okay. So this will come. Now you need to solve this, right? Okay, 123 by 100 plus 4 by 900. So once you solve this, you will get it as 1111 by 900. So this is how you need to solve if only some of the decimals are recurring. Okay, so here 2, 3 is not recurring, only 4 is recurring. Now I will tell you an easy trick to find out the fractional form of recurring decimals. For example, if 1.23 bar, this is the question. What you need to do is, you can write it as, here this is 3. From 3 you need to subtract this number, the number which is before the decimal. That is, you will get 122. Okay, from 3 you need to subtract 1, you will get 122 divided by, since there is 2 decimals repeating, you need to write it as 99. That's it. This is very easy, right? If the question is 2.53 bar, you can write it as 250. From 3 you need to subtract 2. Here it is 2. So that is 251 divided by 99, since there are 2 decimals repeating. Now if you have like 1.6 bar, you can write it as, from 6 you need to subtract 1, that is 15 by 9, because only one number is repeating, so you can write 9 here. And again, if this is like 3.5678 bar, here you need to subtract 3 from this number, so you will get 35675 divided by, there are 4 numbers repeating, so you will get 9999. Now let's look into some UPSC questions. So consider two statements S1 and S2 followed by a question. So a statement 1 is P and Q both are prime numbers. Statement 2 is P plus Q is an odd integer. So the question is PQ an odd integer? So in this type of statement questions, what you need to do is, here the question is PQ an odd integer? So you have to answer yes or no. Even if your answer is no, then you are answering the question, right? So we need to check whether the statements given is possible, or is it sufficient for you to answer this question as a yes or no. So let's take the first statement. So first statement states that P and Q are both prime numbers, right? So P and Q are both prime numbers. We need to check whether you can answer this question. So for that, let's take some numbers. So P and Q, and we need to find out PQ, right? So let's say P and Q are prime numbers, right? Let's say P is 2 and Q is 3. Then PQ is 6. If P is 3 and Q is 5, these are 3 and 5 is also prime numbers, right? 3 into 5 is 15. So here, if P and Q are prime, here also it's prime, here also it's prime. If P and Q are prime, PQ can be even, it can be odd. So we cannot give a yes or no answer for this question. So statement 1, with statement 1 you cannot answer this question. Now let's look into statement 2. So statement 2 says that P plus Q is an odd integer. Okay, P plus Q is an odd integer. So let's take P as 3 and Q as 5. So if these are two odd numbers, right? So P plus Q, the 3 plus 5 you will get as 8, but 8 is an even integer. So here you need to know that if you add two odd numbers, you will get an even number. Similarly, if you add two even numbers also, you will get an even number. Only if you add an odd number with an even number, you will get an odd number. Okay, so 3 plus, let's say this is 4, you will get P plus Q is equal to 7. It's an odd number. And if you take P as 2 and Q as 5, then 2 plus 5 is 7. It is an odd number. Okay, now let's take 3 into 4 is 12, 2 into 5 is 10. So if P plus Q is odd, PQ will always be even number. So in this question, is PQ is an odd number, odd integer, you can say no, it is an even number. So you can answer this question with statement 2. So option B is the right answer. Now let's look into another question. So the recurring decimal representation of 1.272727 is equivalent to. So this is a UPSC 2022 question. So we'll use our easy technique. So what you need to do? So this is 1.27 bar. So from 7 you need to subtract 1. That is 126 divided by 99. So here this is a multiple of 3 and this is a multiple of 3. So we can divide by 3. So you will get 42 divided by 33. Right. So again you can divide by 3. 42, if you divide by 3 you will get 1. Then 4, 14 by 11. So option B is the right answer. Okay. Now let's look into another question. So this is, so you need to find out what is this symbol stands for. So let's write this as 5 plus 1 5 plus 5 5 plus 5 5 plus 5 1 is equal to 1 5 5. So here if you add this one, you have 1 2 3 4 5. So 4 5 plus 1, okay, is equal to, here you got 5. So what you need to do is you need to substitute each option in 5 and look what you are getting. Okay, so if you substitute 2, 4 into 2, so if 5 is equal to 2, 4 into 2, 8 plus 9, that is 4 into 2 plus 1, you will get as 9. But here 5 should be 2, it is 9, so this is wrong. Now if you substitute 5 equal to 3, you will get 4 into 3 plus 1, you will get 4 into 12 plus 13, right? So here again, if 5 is 3, this is also coming 3. So this can be answer. Now let's put other values as well. So if 5 is equal to 4, you will get 4 into 4 plus 1, that is 17, but this is not 4, so this is wrong. So this is wrong, this is wrong. Now if 5 is equal to 5, you will get 4 into 5 plus 1 is equal to 21. Again, this is not 5, so this is also wrong. So option B is the right answer. So that's it, guys. So we'll be continuing the number system in another video. So in that video, we'll be looking into the concept of digits. So if you have liked the video, please do subscribe and support. Thank you.